captain, respectable group captain, I think he is being misinformed because I believe he's in Delhi. I would request you to come to the ground and then do some analytical studies so that we are not biased in the way how we talk about Manipur, because I strongly believe Manipur has to come back to normalcy. And now today, there won't be any.
No, but he's saying, Hejang, I'm sorry we don't interrupt, but he's saying that, he is openly saying that, he would request his community to lay down arms and come back and live in peace and harmony.
No, I'll come to that point, Brijesh.
Okay.
I'll come to that.
Please.
Now, I think there's no substance in the whole speech where truth is not at all in that substance, because now I would also make requests. I made requests every now and then, but how many of your requests has been responded? Now, let's say 5,000 weapons are being handed over. I would not even use the word looted, being handed over, and even the officer who handed over said, take it and go and kill them. So that's how the situation is now. You are saying the Meiteis community are not armed. I think that's very funny when 5,000 of the state forces, armories are in the hands of those Meitei people, and then you are saying they are only with the single barrel. I think it's high time we should come up with facts and truth. Now, also, I would say the Indian government don't care the life of Manipur. This is with heavy heart and a pain in my heart. I am saying India's never cared Manipur, because now how many people are dying? How many people are becoming homeless? How many people's livelihood has been totally shattered? How many children lost their education? But India is not caring, never cared. If they care, I think normalcy has to come back. It's high time normalcy has to come back. Now it's 4 months already. They just want us to bleed.
Well, Hejang, I would say that Manipur is part of India. Manipur is part of India, Hejang, and nobody can say something like that. India doesn't care, because if India was not caring, there was no point we would be having this discussion.
If India cares, Brijesh, if India cares, I think we are one of the largest superpower.
Brijesh, no, I would not say that. I would not say that. Hejang, and that's your view.
Bring back to Manipur. Now you come and see. You come and see people suffering in the.
Just like Kartikeya wants to make a point.
Am I audible?
Am I audible?
Hejang, give me a second. Kartikeya wants to make a point.
See, Mr. Misao, it's very easy. It's very easy to blame. It's very easy to blame and say that India doesn't care. I seriously, I object to this on my show. India cares for everyone. India is we are all Indians. To say in a rhetorical way that the Delhi doesn't care, I can understand it. To used to say rhetorically that the government does not care, understandable. To say rhetorically that the present dispensation doesn't care, understandable. To say that India does not care, so no, it's not understandable. India cares for everyone. We have to make sure that we care for India. Every time we think that what India should be doing for us, like you, Mr. Misao, you have to. I always give you time. We Indians think that what India should do for us. I think what I can do for India. I see it very differently. Maybe I'm an old timer. I have become old. I'm 48. It's not about what India can do for us. It's what I can do for my India. मैं अपने देश के लिए क्या कर सकता हूँ, but coming back, I heard both of you, but there's a third dimension to this whole issue which we are failing to traverse, and the third dimension is that you have suspected foreign militants in this theatre. Day before yesterday, there was a report which got published that they have become part of the mob, and when the shooting took place, when couple of injuries took place, the agencies are of serious consideration that these foreign elements have become part and parcel of the problem, and I think we should be very, very careful about it, because whether that person was a Meitei, Kuki, kuki or in which bunker did he belong. The story is not that whether that kuki or Methi was doing in that particular bunker belonging to particular bunker of that community. It's irrelevant. The story for me as a journalist is how did sniping happen? You know, as Mr. General Sohi could very well explain, and Brijesh would say, sniping is an art of war. It takes years to become a sniper. And secondly, we have to acknowledge that the theatre has become big, it has become complex, other peoples are involved in destabilizing security in Manipur. I am not saying that the fault does not lie with us or it's the fault of the stars, but there are people outside who are trying to destabilize. But coming back to the point, I would again say, it's not to say that India doesn't care. We have to care for India.
Major General Sanjay, are you with us, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Sir, what about this role of foreign infiltrators, you know, people coming from Myanmar, participating in this theatre of war, exacerbating the situation and going away with it? Why, how grim is the situation like?
Absolutely, Brijesh. That's what I was saying, that it's very, and there are other nations, other people who will try to take advantage of disturbances in Manipur. My take, in fact, I have slight observations both on Nandakumar ji and Hejang. One is, I am from Army. For me, Meitei, Kuki, Naga, all are same. I am wearing a Manipuri tie, I am having a Naga dao. I mean, absolutely, everybody is same.
Yep.
I was deployed during Sikh riots. When we came there, everything quieted down. I have been in Kashmir 7 times. There girls would tie Rakhi to me. I mean, with armed forces, everybody same. And we don't, that's why some objection that army and Assam rifle should be removed. I seriously take objection to this. Second objection, what Kartikeya, you had rightly brought out, that India doesn't care. It's absolutely, probably it hurt my feeling that because I have friends both in Meitei and Kuki and Naga. I was in Manipur in January, roaming around in Palel, Senapati, Churachandpur and Imphal. And the kind of love and respect I saw and the kind of growth which Manipur was seeing, the infrastructure road, the highways, the railway line. I mean, probably that was not palatable to some of the foreign elements. That's why probably I see some bigger things behind the whole thing. Why this problem has come up suddenly? In January, everything was quite, a lot of investment was coming in. A lot of things were happening. A lot of economic growth was happening. Things were peaceful. Some undercurrents were there, but not to this extent. Is there some other power trying to take advantage of estranged people? And Brijesh, you are rightly brought out that are there some foreign element taking advantage of this situation and trying to create more problem, whether it is sniping, whether it is firing, taking shelter of the mobs and taking shelter of the ladies, because the Manipuris don't do this, that they fire, they don't do this cowardly act. I know that, whether it is tribal or Meitei, they don't do this, they take shelter of the ladies and fire from behind. I mean, this is not their thing. They're all brave. They're all, I mean, they proved their mettle in number of operations in armed forces also. So this is not their psyche. This is not their psyche. So there are other elements who are trying to take advantage of this strange and the difficult situation, and we got to be very careful. My take is all the weapons, whether it is with the Kuki or Meitei, all the weapons have to be taken back. And then only they will come to the negotiating table. Otherwise, till the time weapons are there, both will keep feeling strong, and both will not have trust with each other. They have to come back with iron hand, joint operations, police, CRPF, BSF, Mahila police, and army, Assam rifle, bureaucrats, political will, and then only that they will come to the negotiating table, and both have to come down to. I think the situation has to become normal as soon as possible. Otherwise, 170 lives lost is a big loss. Imagine 170 at least some 150 bread earners have been gone. The families have been destroyed. They've been wrecked. I mean, for life. For life. I mean, the whole life changes. The houses have been burned. The business establishment has been destroyed. They've been displaced.
Okay. Kartikeya, you know, there's an interesting question. Yes, sir. There's an interesting question which has been posed by a gentleman on our show. He goes by the name of Astroman. He said, like, you know, you all, and I'll take this question to both Nandakumar Sharma ji as well as Hejang as well, because it's a recurring question which has been asked by all the sides. for several times now. Why we are only talking of looted weapons? Why are we not talking about smuggled weapons?
No. Can I answer that?
Yeah, please. That's for you only.
Can I?
Yes, I asked you this question.
Okay, so the bottom line is that the reason why this is very important in the theatre of Manipur is that we have to understand what has been looted, how much has been looted, and most importantly, where these weapons have been looted, what is the caliber of that weapon. Last time around, when were such weapons looted? What is the scale of these weapons? Where and how these weapons have come into use? The pictures we have shown, the sniper weapons we have shown, or the guns and grenades we have shown, because looting of the weapon is not limited to the looting. Looting of the weapon shows multiple things. People say that we take a stand for this community, that community. We only take stand for Manipur and India. Let me be very clear. People can say this is an old position. Issue is the weaponaries have been looted in the valley. It is a fact. And 80% have been dissolved in the valley area. It is a fact. Only other part has gone to the non-valley areas. But the issue is that they have not come back in the number they should be coming back. I am not saying that the state government is not doing its job. I am saying they could be faster, they could be better, they could be more coordinated. And the reason why we do it is, aren't we supposed to account for 4,000 weapons? Aren't we supposed to account for the thousands of bullets? Can such a thing happen in Kashmir and we will not account for? Yesterday we discussed a CEO of the Indian Army, colonel being killed. What were we discussing? He was killed in action. Ambush kaise ho gaya? Intelligence failure kaise ho gaya? So Manipur theatre is not just a law and order challenge. It's a challenge of our constitutional values. It's a challenge where no discussion can take place कि एक line of control बन गया है. It's a challenge to our constitutional values. That is the problem. So for me, weapon is not guns. It's to remind people what has happened.